What? Yeah. What?
So
what's
tell us,
going on?
Brendan,
I
what's
knew
going
you
on?
went. I knew you fucking left us, hightailed it out of here.
You didn't know me and Bryan did.
No, I did.
I didn't
I
even
did.
tell anybody.
Yeah, well, okay, so there you go then. But I did know. So
Yeah.
go ahead. I felt.
Yeah.
I feel it.
On the weekends, I'm always on the lake, man. Like the lake's right behind our house. We're on the boats and shit. It's great for the kiddos.
Yeah, but how long is that? I mean, that's okay because it's like cool now because you're like, oh, there's a lake and we have a boat. But how long is that going to
True,
last?
but it's literally right behind our house.
Wow, stop bragging, dude. Humble brag.
No, but I'm saying it's
Humble
there. It's not
brag,
going
huh?
anywhere.
If it is there, though. I mean,
It's there. It's there.
all right. So
we're
it's
dipping
nice.
our
So
toes
that's
in
cool.
it.
And then
The lake's cool.
and
And
then-
then Tiger. The big thing is Tiger has tryouts tomorrow
Lake
for
tryouts?
the big baseball team out here.
Lake tryouts.
Lake tryouts to see if he can.
He's gonna be
dip
the
his
new
toes in
Jason.
the water.
Is that gonna be? Oh wow! I bet you can't wait for that, huh?
It's there's 12 spots and there's probably like 60 kids trying out. So we'll see how he does.
it'd be a shame if those kids had diarrhea that day, wouldn't it? Call me later.
Doop, doop, doop.
Yeah. So how far do you live from Bryan Callen?
I have no clue where he's at.
We that now that's a friend. Do you understand?
Yeah, I get it.
That is what a good friend is.
No. The good friend's right here. You two are pieces of shit. Okay, that's what that is right there. He don't know where Bryan lives. So has Bryan been on the lake with you guys?
Bryan hasn't been on the podcast. He's in fucking Italy looking at statues with dicks. Dude.
Yeah. Fucking Bryan on the lake. We should gotta get him on the air.
Yeah.
You didn't even bank episodes. He just took off.
Yeah, and they're like, they
He
got to
gave
call
me, he gave
fucking
me like
Tim
a 2-day notice.
Kennedy or whatever.
Tim Kennedy
He did it, right?
I've been hanging with him.
He
Yes,
seems cool.
Tim's the
Oh,
best.
good, cool.
Yeah, he's great.
I don't know him. I never met him. I want to know him.
You would love him.
Really?
Yeah, he's great.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, great.
He seems like a cool dude. I like the way he works out. I like the way he works
I
out.
kind of want this here.
I know. I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Tim almost works out too hard for me. I was training with him all last
he
week.
looks
It's a
crazy
lot.
how he works out.
It's
But how
a
old
lot.
is he?
He's
Already?
40, yeah.
My age,
42,
40.
43.
So
Yeah,
he
43.
So yeah, that's awesome, bro. I fucking love that shit, dude.
But I like to do stuff just to look, and I'll be like, dude, like the warm up the other day was 45 minutes long, like whatever, fucking 100 burpees. I'm like, what are we getting ready for?
Right.
But he actually kills people, so that makes sense.
But when you say he actually kills people, what do you mean? He
Like he's in Israel right now getting Americans out.
Oh, now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, I thought he was like retired from that shit.
No.
I don't think he ever
definitely
retired.
active.
It's like the table in John Wick. You're just in.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, like even it'll be too much. I'm like, why the fuck are we doing this, man? Let's go, chill. Wow. But he's doing it.
So
for
you have
his
so
survival.
your workouts, Brendan. You have a limit of like where you go. Yeah, I'm not trying to fight anymore. This is enough, right? Is there?
If it's jiu-jitsu or boxing, I'm down to do whatever. But when it's just like
Yeah.
burpees, pull-ups over and over, I'm just like, for what?
I love
bro?
that stuff, though. Because I tell you why. Because that's one of the only times I'm thinking of absolutely nothing.
Oh.
There are 3 times I'm thinking of absolutely nothing. And I would say maybe only 2.
So this podcast.
When I'm on stage and when I'm really killing it on Golden Hour. And I mean when I'm in it. No. Yeah, when I'm on stage or working out. Those are the only times, really.
Yeah.
So you need to
Maybe
do
love
harder
making.
workouts, Chris.
What?
You need to do harder workouts.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
but to your point, what's the point of harder workouts? At a certain point, unless you
think-
really enjoy working out and this is your jam, and so those people that are like, I do 25 miles a day, those kind of motherfuckers.
crazy.
Yeah.
But like what I'm saying is like I get your point where it's like, and that's the hard part for a casual person. You start going to work out and you're like, I don't want to do that.
Well, no.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not, but
the trainer guy's like, all right, today we're gonna start with 200 burpees. We're gonna do this. I'm like, yo, dude, I'm not trying to storm the beaches of Normandy, bro.
Right,
I just
right.
want to get my
Yeah.
belly down and be able to run after my kid. What the fuck are you talking about?
But I would say, look, I'm not a professional fitness fight or anything like that. So I guess I'm a casual, but I like doing that shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
If
some
that's
people
your jam,
love
if
it.
that's your jam, do it.
Got it.
I remember like back in the day, I tried like P90X and those things.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah.
The problem with it was you're in your living room making your living room funky.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
Chris D'Elia calls out and then roasts Brendan Schaub over Bryan Callen not being on the podcast. So, and the funniest thing, Brendan doesn't even know where Bryan Callen lives. And I love how D'Elia brings up the fact that Callen doesn't even do the podcast. And Schaub just sitting there angry, upset, still doesn't even realize that Callen doesn't want to do the podcast with him. And the thing is, like, you gotta understand, behind the scenes, all these guys talk. You don't think D'Elia texts Callen and D'Elia's been like, hey, why haven't you done your podcast? And Callen's just like, I'm busy. And D'Elia can tell that Callen is just blowing off Schaub to go on a cruise and to do stand-up. And if you look at Bryan Callen's channel, he keeps dropping content. Now, obviously, he's paying like an editor or something, but he won't zoom in and do the podcast. And the fact that they moved to Austin and Brendan Schaub has been begging people to hang out with him, and he doesn't even know where Callen lives. I mean, Callen doesn't even want this weirdo knowing where he lives. And why would he? I mean, Callen told Bappa, hey, I'm focusing on stand-up. I'm moving to Austin. I got sort of a residency at Joe Rogan's comedy club. I'm not going to be able to do the podcast. And Schaub's response is, I'm going to move to Texas too. So you think Callen's like, okay, I told this guy I'm moving to Texas. He followed me. Let me not tell him where I live. I'll never get rid of him. Schaub will be like Kramer, just popping in every day. Truly sad, but everyone around him can see that, like, dude, Callen does not want to do a podcast with you. But, I mean, and dummy Schaub, like, he's mad at Callen and pissed over it, and he really just doesn't realize that, you know, Callen doesn't want to do it anymore. He's done with you. Your career is going down. It's been going down. And every time someone leaves you, they do better. So Callen's trying to do that. But I love how the fact that D'Elia and Montanez and even Cheddar Bob, they're all just laughing at Schaub, the fact that Callen has completely given up on this podcast. At a critical time, too. I mean, uprooting everybody and moving down to Austin, Texas. One would think, all right, we're really doing this. We got to put all of our effort into the podcast. We all just changed up our lives and moved to Austin. And Callen's just like, I think I'm going to go take off. And Schaub is just fuming. He's fuming. Because he said it, you know, Bryan doesn't help with anything. But the fact that he doesn't even know where Bryan lives, wow. That is really, really sad. And then Callen should just, like, be a man and call Schaub up and be like, it's over. But he won't. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.